Welcome to Goldner Woodland Farm. I'm Keith. Glad you stopped in and watched my video. I'll give you a little bit of background on what's going on here. I bought this property about 1.5 years ago, just over 80 acres. It's all woods, no buildings or anything. So part of what I've been doing is trying to find the lay of the land, get some ideas of the things I want to do, and start the process of building a house, a garage, and some other stuff here with the idea to move here. So like a lot of things this year, things take longer than maybe what we expect, and I think a big project like this generally probably took longer than I had anticipated. But we're working on the infrastructure now. So I started the process to get my septic permit back in the spring. It took 6 months. We got the permit just over a month ago, and had some other things going on, but started on doing some of that work here maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I'll show you around a little bit, but so we're going to be building, and I'll show you out in the field here, but back, if you can see back here where that dump truck is, there's going to be a very large garage, 40 by 80 garage, multi-use building. It'll have a couple finished rooms, full bathroom, and a gym. Then to the downhill side of that is going to be a smaller house, 2-bedroom house with a kitchen and kind of a great room. And then over on this side, there's going to be a tiny home made out of a shipping container that's going to be a guest house. So to kind of pull all that stuff together, there's going to be 2 septic tanks. I'm going to have a large rainwater catchment tank, and then all of that feeds into a dosing tank, which is over here, and then this trenching runs down to the sand mound. So that's what we're working on now. Part of that involves clearing a bunch of trees. I'd cleared a whole bunch of trees earlier this year. Also needed to move the road, because the road that used to come through here will go through the middle of my garage. So spent a lot of time earlier this year clearing and having this road moved over here. You know, so that gives you some background. Now the actual construction on the house and the garage won't happen until next year, just with all the delays. We're sort of early November now. By the time you get things ordered, you know, we're talking about end of December. Things come in, and in Pennsylvania that's not a great time to be starting a construction project. So we're looking to really get underway on the construction in the spring. Hopefully have everything ready to go, so as soon as the weather breaks we can get things moving. So that gives you a little bit of an update. I'll get some video to kind of show you all these various things, and thanks for watching. So this is where the shipping container will go. So I think this week they're going to start on putting in the pillars to get this ready, and probably won't be this week. It'll probably be following week before they bring the container up. They're going to bring a crane in and pick it up and set it on a trailer, haul it up the hill, and then use the crane to take it off the trailer and set it on the pillars. But it'll sit in here at a little bit of an angle. Windows on this side, and then I plan on putting a deck out here, clean out some of this grapevine-y stuff, the understory a little bit, but not too much, and then you'll be able to sit out here and look out, having your coffee or whatever in the morning. This is the guest house. So this will be the view from the guest house looking out towards the big garage. So through this clearing here will be the end of the garage. Be a large door. This building is basically facing sort of directly east-west, so that the roof will be angled to the south for the solar. So the south is over here. There'll also be a porch on that side in case I need more roof. So this building is 40 by 80. So it's 80 this way, 40 this way. And the house will be back here on the other side of the garage. Really haven't done much here as far as getting this site ready. I think that's something they'll be working on this week. Still have some stumps to take out of here. But the house is smaller, much smaller, so it's about 50 feet wide and about 25 feet deep. It'll have a full-length porch on the front, and then a back porch. So we'll look back here into these woods. And hoping to get this sort of laid out this week. Contractor's coming on Tuesday afternoon, so that between him and the excavator we can figure out what we need to do here for the site prep. And over here, he's calling this a swale, but the idea here is if we get any water that comes down off this hillside, it'll be able to go down here around the house instead of coming into the house. They need to do a little bit more cleanup here to get this sort of angled back so it's not so dramatic. Still a lot of work to do. They ended up taking out some of the fill they put in here as they decided it really wasn't the best kind of fill for under the building, and they're going to use that to fill in some of the trenching, and the shale material they're taking out of the trenches they'll bring in here for fill, and then anything extra, any additional they need, they'll get it out of this borrow pit that I'll show you. So the borrow pit is back here in the woods. They've been running that tandem axle dump truck back in here. So they needed a place to get clay to build the berm for the sand mound, and then some other fill back there, and then fill for the house and the garage. So this is where we decided to get that. Like everything else, it's a little bit bigger project than I expected, but fortunately we've got the space. And I think that we'll be able to contour this in somewhat, but end up being a bigger place than I expected.